Hey, y'all. Ishnai back again. I rearrange things. My phone isn't turning correctly. I'm awake! Hey, y'all. Thanks for the read. I appreciate. I wonder what y'all were playing. I have no clue. No, none whatsoever. Hi, Skyda. Hello. Actually, let me... Yep, that's where had. That's where had. Let me do the, whatchamacallit quest before I forget. Yep, yawns. Go try not to yawn as much. But we have the elephant over here. Quests to do. That aren't hillbillies at all, no. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Ishnai. If you have a moment, I'll tell you the latest. Thanks to our cool and breezy stables, our hippos have been getting all sorts of luxurious shut-eye, and the little pups can be tempted away from their splashing. All in all, our growing family business bursting with energy. Good thing, too, seeing as our services are in ever higher demand. Folks have been even started coming around petitioning for employment, if you can believe it. What's up? It's doing that again. I don't. I hate that I have to keep doing this way. Alright. Besides, as swamped as request we are, we lost without extra help. Help, I'd say! I don't know. Or, wrong accent. What? I appreciate the enthusiasm, this chorus, Ogle, but what have you gotten and done on your head? Lost a bet, perchance? It's hardly the time for jesting. We're in a crisis, I tell you. Crisis! There are Gajasura in the jungle. Ever since you mentioned that thieving Montaga, I've had this terrible suspicion. I had to know for certain, so I cleverly camouflaged myself with this Gaja design and set out to investigate. That's a disguise? Ain't you sweating awful lot? I would choose a pool of sweat over a pool of blood any day. Between the Arura and the Gajasura, there's been naught but violence and girl. And no doubt what I've witnessed. A Gajasura in the flesh. The image of it shall haunt my dreams. Those red eyes, that devilish armor, that cart drawn by a frothing hippo. What? A hippo cart? He declared his name with a ghastly voice, Al-Kala. I became an edifice of fear. He asked if I was his Mangtang brethren. In that moment, could envision was my own death and misrememberment with that beastly creature. But before I knew what happened, I heard my own voice cry out, "No, I am but a passing Matsuya." Man Yatsuya do have bodies of men and heads of beasts, so if you squint is really hard, never mind. Ain't no way that anybody would buy that. Actually, he was terribly polite about it. Pressed his hands together and bowed gently before leaving me be. Are you saying you let him go? Ain't no doubt he's the bandit we're looking for. You're a fighter, ain't you? I'm sorry. Well, I've come to cherish the Olifants as my friends and allies. Gash and Sora are an entirely different matter. When I came to my senses, I searched the area and found one of your associates injured and missing his cart. No doubt the same cart now in Kala's possession. Luckily, your man's injury seems manageable, so I saw to Pakistan, where Yizan is treating him now. Is that so? Then I owe you my thanks. Sorry for losing my temper like that. Everyone's entitled to their weaknesses. Anyhow, even if he did give us a leg bail, he can't have gone far. I say we track him down while the trail's still hot and take back with Zaz. Then let us reconvene at the Shroud of Sagma. I shall take you to the very place I encountered him. Bum. All the way up there. Okay. Bum. No. Crackers. So yeah, and Saravan are with the others. I will be responsible for my action if she gets taken too. I left Maru in charge, but this Alcala guy really is Garja. I'd like to get back sooner rather than later. This is where I saw him. From here, he rode off in the stolen hippo cart, but I can't for the life of me remember what direction he went. I was so paralyzed by fear that north could have been south and east and west. To let a phobia get the better of me like this, could I really call myself an adventurer? I mean, it takes all types. There ain't no much use crying over spilt chai. You were caught by surprise in the story. We should stay grounded and focus on what we know. Grounded. Of course, that's it. Grandma would often say the trail to prey begins at the hunter's feet. And look here, on the ground, beneath our feet, wheel tracks, departing in the southwesterly fashion. As soon we divide our effort to preclude any trickery, I shall accompany Trana as her guard. Well, Ishnai, you surveyed the area for hidden villainy. I'm counting on you. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Sweeping your gaze across the area, you see no trace of Gaja Shora, hidden, villainous, or otherwise. You listen closely to the sounds around you, the faint rustling of wind through the leaves and the snuffling of wild beasts. No hippo carts. No. Non-hippo carts. No. No. Well, they do exist. Can you do me a favor and put on fucking clothes? I mean, more clothes than you're currently wearing? Just asking because I don't like the view. Hardy har har. Heard fighting. You heard Battle Brothers. Ishnai, I thought I heard fighting. You okay? Looks like we found our man. His eyes are red. I mean, that's for girls. I don't think these are girls. My tolerance will be defeated by the likes of you. Why no fire? Thanavar full of fire. Alucard. Alcala here. Good for conquest. I ain't got the foggiest idea what delusions you've been riding in on. But I'll tell you one thing. You're picking a fight with the wrong island. You best give back what you took and skip along home. No, not leave till conquest Thanavar. Small Gajasura, shame to tribe. No place for Akala and Battle Brothers. Travel far to prove strength. Protect brothers. Conquest Thanavar, home for brothers. We won't let you stand by and let you conquer Thanavar. You! Silence! Alcala, no fight today. Battle Brothers must eat medicine. I see your reasoning, but you ain't got no right to be involved in my hippo. Let him go now. Your food, good taste. Wagon, good ride. Good for Battle Brothers. Soon, your home conquest for Akala. Remember. Hey, get back here! What kind of person compliments your cooking before riding off with hostages? He's gone. If hippo carts weren't so fast, we could have given chase. He said something about being small, but he doesn't seem much different than us Arcus or, no. Oliphaunts! Are other Gyrosaurus seriously massive or something? Oh, about twice as big as the average Oliphant. It said that their leader, the Grand Regent, is indeed so grand that gaze upon their full statue is breaking your neck looking upwards. Akala seems quite modestly sized, whereas compatriots similar? They were smaller. I see only slightly bigger than... No, they were smaller. Still, they must be considered quite small by their own brethren. He said they had no place to go. Can't say I don't know how that feels. But can you forgive what he's done? I know, but keeping brothers safe from before anything, didn't he? Hard to damn him for that. Getting pushed out of society just for being who you are can really work you to woe. Makes you wonder if you're ever worth anything to begin with. No wonder he's itching to prove himself. At the Azim steps, the very notion of the Gaja could be capable of such nuanced emotion is, pardon me for saying so, preposterous. However, judging a book by its cover does nothing but feed fear and misunderstanding. This is something I certainly learned thanks to my experiences in Thanavar. You gotta judge others by their actions, of course. So far, Akala has mostly injured my associates, stolen my property, and kidnapped my hippo, but still. Back in Vanspati, we lived in a small village pretty cut off from the rest of the island. People had their opinions of you, and ain't no easy thing changing anyone's mind. I remember butting heads over the other villagers and again of how they treated us. You made plans to leave town without a hippo to my name once. So I think I might know how Akala is feeling, if only a little. Now let us brace ourselves with some adventuring fundamentals, a review of information at hand. The bandit responsible for the assault of a hippo rider, theft of personal property, and kidnapping of an innocent hippo is Gajasura, named Akala. According to him and his compatriots are here to conquer Thanavar, so as to prove themselves to their fellows and secure a home of their own. Akala seems to have taken a fancy to our carts, which means he's got good taste, but also means that Sarvan's high on his list to conquer. If I rallied my people and you three to back us up, we could probably put Alcala and his crew down Alcala and his crew full stop. But rather not come to blows. Wrong accent for that. I'm not going soft or nothing. It's just causing a hurly-burly don't exactly right any wrongs. We'll talk to the others to see if we can't figure out a way to do this civilly. Settling matters peacefully should also put you on the right side of the Radiant Host. I shall be sure to relay your plight to them in a most sympathetic fashion. Now I shall away to Pakistan to check on your alien associate. Once he feels old enough to travel, I will send him along. Ishnai, I'd like your input on our strategy. I'll head back to Sarvan first around the others up. We go south. Now about that bandit. That bandit. Not only does he biff an innocent courier, he vanishes with our hippo. When I'm through turning that scamp into paste, he'll wish he was turmeric. Normally I'd hand you the pedestal with pleasure, Gasa. But things aren't so simple. After all, in another lifetime, us and Alcala might have been brothers. I agree with the boss. Don't feel like pushing around someone who's been through the same thing we have. Still, I know that bastard swindled his way into our sweet hippo's heart is bringing me to tears faster than Maru and his damn onions. Since when did our hippos trust the likes of Gaja Sora anyway? Well, with so many tasks taking us hither and yonder, our hippos have gotten used to all sort of different folk. Even Akalas were just one of a crowd. Makes you think if he can learn to ride a cart, anyone can. Anyone and everyone, I should say, and why not? We gather people like you and all, adventurers, and when the job comes in, we'll send them out with their own hippo carts. Having a crew of strong arms hanging around the place gives us the advantage in case Akalas ever decides to pay us a visit. But they don't always all have to be brawlers, neither. Say we got some alchemists, we could send them anywhere on the island to take care of injuries. The right deed for any need, sort of thing. Opening an Adventurers Guild, are we? Why not? Stop by, have a drink, hear what work's available. I think I'm onto something here, if I do say so myself. If I can get a link pearl connection going with Kankana, that'd be even better. We could give each other moment-to-moment updates. Maru, we've got a kitchen, so how hard would it be? Would a Mayhine be, eh? Give me a Mayhine, Maru. Mayhine? You got it, boss. I'll get a Mayhine running in the twinkling of a hippo's eye. Mayhine. An inn. Well, it's more like a restaurant. Thanks to the efforts of Burrows and the others, our event has a new Mayhine. Hippo riders are now trustworthy couriers of some repute. Connect with contacts across the land of Arter, reach exciting new heights of business. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. I am now honored. Wider wares. Hasty hippos, too. I mean, 3. I can't count. Nothing cool. Alright. Now we go back to the machinist. Thinking. Remembering how this works. There we go. My mind was having a moment. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, so 70. Cool. Ishnai, how fortuitous you should choose this moment to visit. Pray forgive my abruptness, but are you acquainted with Scar's watch and the commoners who filled its ranks? Truly, you've worked with Hilda before? Splendid, absolutely splendid. Let us then discuss the problem at hand. I have her hairstyle. Following her fair share city shift to a more egalitarian form of government, there have been talk of arming the city watch with machinist weapons and equipment, the very type of initiative for which I've long advocated. As part of this plan, I've been asked to provide a competent instructor. But as dearly as I wish to fulfill this request of Hilda's, I'm afraid suitable candidates for the role are woefully short supply. Surely you've heard of news of Alamigo's liberation, yes? Well, the aftermath of the little conflict has seen the manufactory swamped with commissions for both material and marksmen, and I have not a single machinist to share. I was even forced to relinquish Joy, my indispensable right-hand woman, to some far-flung deployment. And so, Ishnai, you must see why your presence here this day strikes me as something of a godsend. Who better to accept this position than our most accomplished machinist? I understand, of course, if you have your own business to attend to. I can hardly spend every waking moment training the watch. Thus do I intend to share your duties with our old friend, Ross. Aside from the extensive, Knowledge of firearms. He was once the Commodore of the Knights of Barracuda. Such experience should provide invaluable with the leadership of the Watcher's leadership. His natural choice to serve as your partner in this enterprise. From what I've been told, our former instructor was recently spotted arriving in Idleshire. Please, pray come along, Ishnai, and lend me a hand persuading the foul-mouthed brigand to return to Ishgard. So what you're saying is annoy the fuck out of him. Cool. I'm good with that. In the rain, even. Not letting you leave until... Can't escape. You have to... Have you seen this place, Ishnai? My prospectometer simply overloaded by such potential. Why, the goblin technology amassed in the square alone could keep me tinkering for days. Ahem. Not that we'll be here nearly that long. Ross has been striking a fellow. Someone bound to have noticed him. Shall we ask around? Walking Atlas. Can interest you in a guided tour of... Oh, just a question? I have seen such a man. He was walking down the street. The street, as a matter of fact. But he's running away now. Running as fast as the little leg can carry him. Except they're not little legs. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Twice. Alright, midnight do. I've seen your man. Headed to the hard place. He was all swarthy and mysterious like. Have a mind to follow him in there. Hi, stranger! Ah, I've seen you've kept one step ahead of me, Ishnai. At least this time around our Indian structure is not so damnable or difficult to locate, eh? I thought I heard me some familiar voices. Now, what brings the two of ye all the way out here? Not just yearning to glimpse this old ugly mug again. That much is certain. Astute as always, my friend. We have, in fact, come with an offer of employment. You want me to teach chigger work again? Bugger that. Why don't you have Joy do it? Joy is far too humble to fare well as an instructor, and is fully occupied by other manufacturing business besides. You also have considerable experience with commanding a military company, if I'm not mistaken. Are you bloody daft, or just ye forget? Me piss poor leadership in the coldest is what ruined me reputation in the first place. Did you honestly reckon a man like me fit to take charge of training your city watch? You're best man for the job. Bloody hells, you must be desperate if I'm the best one you got. Well, scratch it. Well, scratch hard enough and it might as well be some steel left under all this rust. This means you'll accept? Shame your sails there, boss. I don't know why I'm doing a southern accent when I should be doing a Scottish accent, but we're just gonna go with this, okay? Cool? After I chat with the lass who leads the watch. Seems we must arrange a reading with Hilda. If you mind handling the introductions? Why, thanks. Now I should really head back to the workshop. I have a small mountain of munitions to make if I'm to honor these commissions. Do the manufacturer proud, my friend. Ugh, just when I was getting bleeding warm again. See you in Ishgard, Ishnai. Try and get my mind into doing a Scottish accent again. Aye. Look at around it. Yes, we can. And then all the Scottish people get going, like, murder me over doing the accent wrong. Or it's more Irish than it is Scottish. Look, I'm Scots-Irish. That's all I got. Bum bum. Whee! Boo! Champion, well, I'm certain your business is most pressing. I must ask you to let me first continue mine. Cold-eyed. Picked a fine time to visit and no mistake. Afraid you'll have to wait your turn. Hilda's got her hands full with this one. Oh no. Oh no. Are we clear, or must I repeat myself in simple terms? I expect very little from the your low-born riffraff. If you wish to serve Ishgard, then know your place and keep well out of our way. Bitch. Bitch! Blue bastard blue tongue. He ain't not wagging his tail like that if his boss is around. And a fine day to you, Ishnai. A little bird told me you'd be on your way. The lads and lasses are well pleased to hear you'll be learning at the foot of Ishgard's savior. And you must be rusty. I'll warn you right now, the watch is a raw lot. They ain't used to formal training, and you'll need to work them hard before they'll count for more than cannon fodder. Work them hard, you see. I do things the pirate way, lass. I'll have them pissing in blood and wailing into their mums by the first bell. We'll see about that. I don't know about Limsa's back alleys, but the broom's no place for what suffers wilted daisies. I got my lack in skill they make up for in spirit. Ha! I like the challenge. Now tell me about how this watch of yours fits into Ishgard's defenses. Well, we officially back the arms of the Eorzi Alliance, ain't we? If the Temple Knights are marched out to deal with some crisis, the streets will be left to a touch thin on soldiers. That's where the watch comes in. We've been doing something of an independent operation until now, but the houses want us to put us on the payroll. They mean to use our numbers to plug the holes in the walls, as it were. And the best is we get paid to do more of what we were doing for naught. Coin in our purses and food in our bellies. Can't complain about that. Aye, but the arrangement's not up to everyone's liking. There's inquisitors and nobles alike looking to trip us up at every turn. They ain't keen on the idea of commoners being armed and organized. I reckon the only way to shut those bastards down is by convincing everyone else that the watch is something worth keeping. But if we're meant to prove ourselves, we need proper equipment and training. That's why it took most of the coin we've been given and went begging to Lord Halaner. Now we have firearms and two clever blighters to teach us how to use them. Aye, I've heard enough. You can't properly protect folk don't recognize your authority. Just do as old Ross says, and we'll soon teach them bastards to respect you. Yeah, what's going on? We're gonna do first. Gather your crew of finest lads and lasses and slap a name on them. One that'll get them naysayers to sit up and take notice. What do you mean it's an elite company like Dragoons or the Heavens Ward? I reckon a good name might impress the Highborn, but I'll be buggered if I can think of one. Well, let's see. How about Hilda's Hounds? Oh, you mean Hilda's Hounds? Well, I do like the sound of that. What do you say, lads? As soon as they've handpicked a crew for the Hounds, I'll start teaching them the basics. Then after they've had a chance to learn the barrel from the stock, you can come back and test their skills. Sounds like a fair division of labor. Right then, I'll whip them into shape before you know it. Let's see just how tough these broom-born bastards really are. Ba 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 bum. 63. Yeah, I'm at 70, so we're gonna zoom through this. Leave the basic chariot to me. They'll be practicing drills in their dreams by the time I'm done with them. Hounds of Ishgard, eh? I like the bloody sound of that. Let's get all this training already. For years, we've been spitting curses at the Blue Bloods for the shadow of the broom, but at long last we found ourselves a place in the sun. I'm glad I chose to throw my lot in with the mongrel. Come to see how we're doing, then. Aye, well, you ain't much to test yet. Things are coming along, but progress is bloody slow. Not one of the buggers is a flare for the irons what ye or Joy showed. Ha! We'd best let them get back to it, then. I have a different favor to ask of you, Ishnai. The watch has been tasked with the first big job, standing guard at the Temple Knight's investiture ceremony. The ceremony is an important event, and setting the watch to watch over it is a gesture meant to embody the new spirit of harmony between the high and lowborn. Lucia didn't honey her words. She said that making a mess of this duty is like to harm our reputation beyond saving. The hounds will be knocked down before they even take the first step. But getting back to that favor, there might be a meeting to discuss the security concerns for the events, and I want you to sit in on it. You see, the representative from the Temple Knights is a kind of bloke what has me itching to shoot him in the teeth. Pompous bastard by the name of Musk. I'll go with Musk. If you're there, I might be able to keep my trigger finger under control. Thanks, Ishnai. I appreciate the support. I'll see you in the congregation then. Need to take a place in Temple Knights. If you see me glaring at Musk, reach for my firearm. Do my best to exalt me, eh? Well, when I'm practicing the drills or instructor's drills, I feel like the fairy herself is there, watching over my shoulder. It's the strangest thing. I reckon it's a bit bloody unfair that Ross's standard for training is based on dragon slaying hero and the machinist's best shot. Don't tell him I said that though. He's right there. The first training session, I had them fight a beast out in the snow. They managed to put the thing down, but I could have sunk in a bloody galleon with the amount of ammunition they used. I was not informed. Ishnai's here as my advisor. I trust her and advise a damn sight more than a certain empty-headed black, stiff-backed blue blood. Humph, I will not dispute her place at this meeting. In fact, I would be far less inclined to trust this duty to a certain foul-mouthed, disrespectful commoner were she not accompanied by such an advisor. Just fuck already. My dearest, my apologies for the interruptions, Sir Musk. I bear urgent news. Speak then. Sir, a thief has breached the vault and stolen the sacred braid hunt ring. Renting. The sword is what's used to dub new soldiers. Dub new soldiers, or so they tell me, but the place is crawling with guards. Hard to imagine someone even managed to get in there, let alone filch anything. It is unthinkable. The treasury door is secured by 7 different locks. Sentries to individual night and day. None will approach without notice. The sentries claim they were struck scentless. They later awoke to find the door to the treasury hanging open, but all but the valuables were secreted, was only the blade missing. By all accounts, the incident took place over the span of a few short minutes. This burglar obviously had a plan and was very precise in its execution. And you say that only the hunting was taken? The loss of such a prominent symbol right before the ceremony bodes ill for Sir Aomex reputation. The Lord Commander cannot afford to have his authority eroded at this delicate stage, lest Ishgard once more fall prey to infighting and insurrection. We must reclaim the blame ere this disappearance become common knowledge. Bah, I have not the time nor the nights to spare for this. Well, my hounds might be able to help you there. They're the best the watch has to offer, and I reckon they can keep their gulp shut. Your ceremonies are time to shine, and while we're vested interested in seeing it go forward as planned, there's no harm on getting on Sir Elmic's good side neither. What do you say we look into it? Hump, do as you wish. With this nice assistance, mayhap even your mob of commoners can see a modicum of success. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bitch. Prickly bastard, you think you'd show a bit more bloody gratitude. Anyways, enough of that. We've got a sword to find. Can begin by asking some questions, I reckon. Get our own idea of what's happening. Ready to put on your Inquisition. Become the Spanish Inquisition? Yes! Good. Then I've got the perfect bloke for us to talk to. I know a knight who took part in and raided the vault a while back. He just happens to be the captain of the Treasury Guard. Let's head to the Hoplone and see if our men's about. Bum, 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 bum. That's in the other, yep. Wrong direction. Mistress Ishnai and Mistress Hilda. Sir Musk told me to expect you. Ah, and I thought he had no time to spare. Does this mean you'll help? You're here to help or hinder us? Why, help you, of course. Here, material evidence from the scene. All 7 locks of the treasury's door were destroyed. The scrap metal was found lodged in one of the keyholes. The impacts crushed it all out of shape. That looks like a bullet to me. Our culprits were wielding some sort of firearm. Firearm, did you say? Thickly painted noblewoman. Has there been another crime committed by one of those horrible inventions? By the gods, I can scarcely sleep at night without worry. I suspect this is all the fault of Sir Aramec's precious revolution. And who might you be, miss? And what do you mean by another crime? Why, the tales I've heard at high tea this past week could curl your toes. They say a musket-wielding brigand now terrorizes the Western Highlands. Just when the threat of those dragon-loving heretics has finally ended, a new nightmare arises to take their place. I mean, that tends to be what happens with power vacuums, but go on. Lest you think that this is some noble lady's fancy, even the traders come to supply the crows, so to speak, of such shots echoing the air near Emlock. Dreadful. Simply dreadful. I understand our knights must honor their oaths to hate foreign nations, but must it come at the cost of keeping order in Ishgard? Look at me. I've become positively flushed. I must retire to my chambers. Sorry. Or am I? Am I sorry? Am I? No, actually. Was she hard of hearing or something? That slathered harpy didn't so much as glance in my direction, or mine. An unfortunate habit of the more traditional highborns, I'm afraid. Such stubborn examples aside, however, your actions may have taught many nobles the wisdom of heeding the common citizenry. I've been ignored, not been ignored like that in a while. Well, thank you for the bullet, Sir Knight. Good day to you. As much as I like to ignore her later ship's babbling. Might be worth looking at the rumors of this bandit near Hemlock. Considering the timing and how the treasury was robbed, it's too much of a coincidence. We have a couple of leads to follow, eh? Why don't you take the bullet to Stefan and see if he can tell us where it came from? Meanwhile, I'll head out to Hemlock and look for anyone who's armed with a carbine or something similar. Come join me when you're done with the bullet. Might as well be I'll need your help with the search. Sorry, I forgot to give her her accent. Oh, woe is me! What am I to do? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I might actually end the stream after I finish this. The Machinist quest. I think a migraine's coming along. Ishnai, how fares the trading of our indomitable watch? You have something for me? Yes, this certainly is the remnant of a bullet crafted from close range, but more than that, I cannot tell you. It may be made right here in the manufactory, but honestly, there's little difference between our ammunition and the bullets forged in RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm sorry. The deformation makes it impossible to identify an origin with any degree of accuracy. Any degree of accuracy. Like, yeah, I know, right? Do 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 do. All right, that's for my. Pit Wolf. I have not played a whatchamacallit in a bit, so if I'm not good, I'm not good. That's how that this is gonna play out. My thanks. I wasn't paying much attention to the ground within Beast Cam. Managed to put 1-2 down, but what you got there? Collar. These curs must have been set to guard the place. At least they seem wild enough to me. I found signs that someone was here, Ishnai. Could it be that her later ship's brigade is more than an empty parlor talk? Let's head back to the room before we compare notes, though. It's bloody freezing out here. I mean, we can go indoors here. But okay. But okay. Some bandits with a firearm, eh? Blood Wanderer going back to the southern exit without any more. Instructor taught us we should look for it during investigations, but it all sounds so complicated. Maybe it was a bit early for us to be out there yet. I reckon Simon has a good nose for investigation if he ever bothered to engage that brain of his. Guess he'll be doing the sniffling and I'll be doing the thinking. Right, so what do we got? Did the bullet have a tale to tell? That's too bad. Thought we learned something when it came to that at least. That leaves us chasing after this mysterious bandit. Maybe I'll head out to Hemlock again, have another poke around. I'd be sticking out here and keeping drilling the troops, then you'd be the first to know when they are ready for inspection. We'll make you proud, and don't worry about that. Don't stay away for too long. We'll catch a thief. I mean, we have a thief to catch. Well, I'm still here. Release the hounds. I have something to share with you, Ishnai. I picked up a scrap of parchment from the campfire I found by Hemlock, and the bits that weren't blackened and burnt were an interesting read. Seems there was a contract of sort promising the sale of historically significant blade to a certain RPG sex capital Final Fantasy XIV merchant. I'll give you one good guess of which the bloody blade is referring to. That limbs of Roke never gave a guinea, but he's famous for building a trade empire in the ashes of the old calamity. There's rumors apart of why the shifty bugger is so successful, and not a few of them point to the profit made by black market goods. Well, it turns out this infamous merchant was stopped at a checkpoint on the border. The Temple Knights were there keeping an eye out for the stolen sword and reported that the trader was last seen making for Boulder Downs. It seems to match up with what we read in the contract, eh? We need to find that merchant and wait till the thief shows up with the blade. What do you both say? Can I count on you to come along? Now you... Hang on! Now you... Excuse me. Now you hold on there, miss. I took your instructor job, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be dragged into a fray to wipe your goddamn asses. No one's saying you have to do any fighting. I think this is a chance to train us in the field. Even if you might need to dodge a bullet or two. Why do I let myself get roped into these messes? Well, seeing that this merchant is giving me homeland a bad name, I suppose I can help you one time. Better see you out there too, Ishnai. It's settled then. Get your kits and meet us near Boulder Downs. Boulder. Meow. Zoom. Boulder Downs. By the way, I went through, I think, and I finished all these. Yeah, I did. Hunting logs. This ain't nothing like patrolling the broom to open. Nervous? I'm not bloody nervous. What's the damn word? Anticipation, aye! Excitement. Won't lie to you. You're walking into a fight. Pick your targets, ain't it true? We found the merchant, Ishnai. He's out there doing a deal as we speak, but first we need to make sure his customer is the thieving bastard we're looking for. Sim, grab another hound and sniff out the situation. You best go too, Ishnai, in case them pups run into something they can't handle. If Simi follows this up, be sure to give him a good smack across the snout for me. I'll give him more than a smack. You're walking into the fight, pick your targets and aim true. Oh, there'll be blood, alright. Those bandit types never give up without a fight. Let's see how we learn from Ross's lessons, eh? What, Hilda don't trust us or something? After all the drills Ross put us through, I reckon we managed some bit of spying. Bitch, I can't even spy correctly. At all. I suck at this kind of stuff. Could you wear any more shiny weapon? I mean, like, outfit that literally glimmers. Are you certain of this? As I recall, the client requested that Henry be delivered directly upon its acquisition. Aye, that was the deal. We delivered the sword, but then our client, he said, turned around and gave it right back. Change a bleeding heart or something, I don't know. Look, can you fence anything or not? Yes, yes, I'm sure we can come to an equitable arrangement. Aye, it's the bloke. Yes, ma'am. He's got the sword. Understood. Hilda's getting ready to charge in. We'll wait here with the rest of the hounds. The Sacred Blade 100. An impressive piece, heavy with historic tradition. Should fetch a fine price to the right buyer. Well, thank the bloody gods for that. Now for about our share. I got something you gotta share with you here, brigand. Who the bloody hounds are you? Hilda's hounds. We uphold the law in Isgard, and you all suspects in the thief of the Sacred Blade of 100. You're gonna run down that tunnel. Ishgardian soldiers, I'll not risk my life against you fanatics. Get back here, you bloody coward. Ugh, I didn't know how you found me, but I'm not leaving here alive. You say that. But I love violence.
That's far enough. Right there! Take this!
Had enough yet? Right. Bringing me beauty. New played mate for you. Have fun. I mean, sure.
I see you. Is that all you've got?
I was thinking the same thing. Is that all you got? Seriously?
One shot, one kill. Let's finish it.
Da ba ba. ba 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 ba. Shooting. Duty complete. Aye. The lads are still after the bandit chief himself, but it looks like we got this sorted out. We marched them back to Ishgard, squeezed them for information, then handed them over to Musk. We did it, Ishnai. We got the sword back. The hounds have done well, eh? Thanks, Ishnai. That means a lot coming from you. Well, oh bloody course they done well. They got me training them. Sorry, Hilda, but the leader's gone. Seems the bastard had a chocobo hidden nearby. He was in the saddle and away before we could catch him. Well, there's nothing to do about that. The blade's ours now. Any case, let's call this one a victory and head home. I do not think that it's over. Besides the fact that this is like... what? 63? Should I hang out about for a bit, will ya? There's something we need to discuss. When you're fighting the bandits, I got a glimpse of the root leader's weapons, and I reckon I might know where he got it from. I need some snooping around before certain. Old habits die hard, I guess. Anyways, do me a favor and tell Ilda I'll be taking time off until I've satisfied my curiosity. Oh, it's the 65, so we have 2 more? Give or take. Hard to say, but that mission would have gone half as smooth if not for them awful drills. I hate to say it. Bloody hells, if you listen to me, old Sime, though, the success has gone right to his head. Shut the bastards! Did we? Ishko's got nothing to fear with Hilda's harrods patrolling the streets. Didn't mean to. Welcome back, Ishnai. Wait, where's Ross? I thought he was with you. Taking time off to chase after a hunch? What the hell is that old pirate up to? I guess we'll have to muddle along without him. Well, he's looking into that firearm business. Besides, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit curious about it myself. What about you, Ishnai? Come to the room when you can. It might be... we'll have a tell the tale. Where you been, Ishnai? I've been itching to open this letter from Ross. I've literally 5 seconds. But he addressed it to you. Come on. Let's hear what he has to say. Mystery solved. I took a good look at Naquil and Vinwell's stock, and the firearms one of theirs. Limsa has some bloody strict regulations on exports of firearms, so our bandit chiefs must have a back alley supplier. Get your arse to RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy XIV, and I'll find out who put that weapon into our thieves' hands. I'll be at the Aetherite on the lower decks. It's on the trail then. Aye. Let me get my gear and we'll be off. What? You're going with Ishnai? Is this really a good idea? I'm with Simi on this one, Hilda. If the leader of the hound starts picking quarrels on forward soil, we'll be looking all sorts of trouble for Ishgard. Ishgard's where the bloody trouble started, and since we have folks in the room content to sit back and let others handle the dirty work. I'm going to that's it, but I promise I'll be on my best behavior. Don't listen to them too. I'm perfectly capable of being reasonable, and besides, I'm sure Roth will be glad to have me along. There's no arguing with Hilda when she gets like this. Usually we have to try and watch her back, but that'll have to be your job while you're in Limsa. Once our Hilda sights her target, she's not one to question pulling the trigger. Right. I'm going to Limsy. Limsy Whimsy. Limsy Whimsy Kimsy. Right, over here. What's that sour look for, then? What the bloody hell is she doing here? I put your bloody name on the letter and all. I need to see this through. If I don't, then what's the hounds good for? You'll have to humor me. I was aiming to avoid political complications, seeing that Ishnai and me aren't tied too tightly with any one nation. Yet you're just lucky I have a soft spot for fools. What, ignoring the risks to make a point? Let's go then. The bloke most likely has supplied the fire alarms is the same bastard who tried to buy our sword, our black marketeer friend. If we're lucky, you might have an idea where the big guns burn off to, and I might squeeze them until the answer pops out. I'd like to have a word or two with the bandit leader myself. He's a loose end that needs tying up. And then we're on the same page. I mean, I could go over to the Thieves Guild about this. I mean, I'm buddy with them too. According to my sources, we found the merchants in the anchor yard. Let's go over there and get business over with. Snouts down, tails up. Wrong direction. Just out of habit, I'm used to going that direction. Probably an easier way to get here, but I'm here now. Ain't getting away this time, matey. Best start talking before I start cutting. Good day to you, Master Merchant. How about we have a little chat? Well, if it isn't that house, was it? What can a humble peddler such as myself do for Eshgard's finest? Tell us where the bandit leader is hiding. For a man of my trade, no commodity is more valuable than discretion. If I were to disclose such information, my customers would cease to If you're not feeling helpful, then maybe I should pay a visit to the Yellow Jackets and mention the firearm you value customer was using. Or maybe I'll just skip straight to the point, straight to them and uphold the code. Now, let's not be too hasty. Mayhaps I have made an exception in this case in exchange for your silence regarding my trade in exotic weapons. I believe the gentleman in question has a camp at Providence Point in the Central Highlands. That's where I would look. Providence Point, eh? Well, that's the start. If you play it as for false, I'll be back to feed the crabs with your lying tongue. In fact, if I ever hear you dealing in stolen goods again, you can add a few more body parts to that list. Nice doing business with you. Never accept a deal from a client you know not about, but that woman offered me so much gold. I ignored my own rule. Mayhap it is time to retire from this business. Ah, you mean the lady? That, you know, wilting rose or whatever, wilting lily, whatever. Wilting peony. I don't know, I'm listing off things at this point. I'm also quite correct on having a migraine form, but I'm gonna get this done. I'm all like the guard beast came after me, but I put them down easy enough. Ross's drills must be paying off. Oh, I see you. Hello. What? How you? Bah, you signed your own death warrant coming here. keep saying that. And I hate to put down your animals. I mean, especially if they're pets that you love and adore. So, want to try that conversation again? Cause you know how you killed me, Precious? I came running when I heard the shots, but it seems you had things well in hand. Oh, pardon me, there's more of you. Please, I'll do anything else. Just don't kill me. Stop your blubbering, cur. We ain't going to kill you. Not just yet, any road. It's depending on the answers you give us. Answers? What is he on about? The identities of the bandit's employer. Wait, it weren't that black market broke? I guess he'd have wanted more than just the sword, eh? The other brigands recaptured were bloody clueless. They only knew what the job was, not who or why. Meaning the whole deal was made through this bastard. Start barking, dog, and you may save your own hide. We were pirates once. That's until that bitch Admiral passed her bloody law. Looks like us, though. We ain't cut for honest work. We almost drunk through the last of our plunder when that back alley peddler showed up with some overpainted winch. She said she'd have a job for us. All we had to do was filter special swords from the Holy See. Ha! For the price she offered, we'd had stolen the whole bleeding vault. And who is this woman? Part of the deal is we don't ask no questions. Even the merchant didn't know her real name. It was odd, aye, but we needed the coin and ain't the rightly care either way. The job itself was easy as a taking piss. She had paid me for having a firearm to use and send us on a route which we didn't see no guards. I don't know why I'm decided to go southern suddenly. The guys don't know that trick. All we know is we followed her map and shut the locks of the vault, walked in, grabbed the sword, walked out. Bold as ye please. The trouble came after the liver was made. She gave the blade back to you. Aye, she sent it for me again the day after. Pushed the sword back into my hand along with a sack full of coin. Said she made a mistake or something, and I should sell the damn thing. Well, I ain't no fool enough to try and filching a relic like that on me own, so I went back to the merchant. You were fool enough to not properly burn your contract of sale. How do you think we found you the first time? Contract of sale? What the hell are you all talking about? You think I'd leave a deal like that in ink in the whole world to see? Things are starting to make sense now. There's just one little problem with your story. I've told you the truth, I swear! It was the winch that put us up to it. That I believe. What catches me cruel is her reason for handing back the sword. That was no mistake. And as finding that contract of sale this bastard said he never wrote was no mistake either. No, we were led by the nose to reclaim Huntering before it was sold. And the quickest way to learn of what it might be asked by itself. Would you mind carting this piece of offal back to Ishgard, Ross? Come with me, Ishnai. We need to pay a visit to Musk and convince him to take a closer look at that sword. If it weren't for that witch Maribel and her shite-eating law, you'd still be sailing free on the high seas. I'll take care of this, peasant. You just concern yourself with inspecting that sword. Ay. Mr. Ishnai, how may you again? Is there some choice insult you'd forget to spit at me during our previous meeting? Truce, Musk. I wouldn't be here if it weren't important. I see. So you believe that the Hundred may have been altered in some fashion before you were allowed to reclaim it. It's a bit too bloody convenient, don't you think? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd rather look the fool than risk something happening at the ceremony. We need to check that sword. I must admit, your passion confounds me. The blade recovered and your hounds have done their duty. Why bother pursuing such a faint suspicion? Why willingly endure the presence of a man you so clearly despise? Aye, I hate your bleeding guts, but once you take on a job, we do the damn thing right. Should I give her all to save Ishgard? How could I look her in the eye if I let our petty feud get in the way of my duty? Such pride. I have not seen this side of you before. It is as you say. If there truly is some flaw or trickery in the blade that disrupts the ceremony, the consequences could be grave indeed. And yet there are rules in place which prevents me from simply handing the hunters back over to the hounds. Furthermore, our resident blacksmith has already inspected the recovered weapon and declared it sound. Even so, I will call upon Lord Stefan to conduct an independent examination. A machinist might notice a detail that a blacksmith would overlook. I trust this can be accomplished with the requisite discretion. Very good. As far as the release of the hunter is concerned, the manufactory is a sanctioned facility. The bureaucrats will be satisfied even if I secure the necessary permissions after the fact. I shall begin making arrangements. Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the broom and tell the news to Ross. And who says that the blacksmith wasn't, paid off? Call the locksmith! Actually, it might have been quicker just to run down there. I don't know. Lord Stefan, we're at the bottom of this. You see if he doesn't. Besides, the best we can do is get back to our drills and leave him to it. Back then, are you? Don't think it right to know the story was with that sword, but Hilda seems happy with what we did, and that's good enough for me. Keep one in near your weapon, Ishnai. Me gut says this business ain't over a long shot. Quite sure by the next mission it will be over with. Muska's not known for his love of the lowborn. I didn't expect him to I thought he'd put up more of a fight, is what I'm saying. Well, the sword's in manufacturing now, so I have no complaints. It's where I meant to take it in the first place. Now we wait. Don't get too comfortable, Ishnai. Things are sure to come soon enough. Yeah, it is. Flamethrower. We've had a message from the manufacturer. It seems they finished looking over the sword. Let's head on over and hear what Lord Stefan has to say. The mongrel in the night. Now do they kiss? Now do they kiss? Meow. All relevant parties appear to be present. If you would, Lord Stefan. Very well, I'll cut straight to the point. I discovered a small bomb concealed inside the hilt of the sword. This particular explosive is part of a batch intended for the Temple Knight training purposes and is designed to detonate from a distance. I won't bore you with the specific, but I assure you I'm quite familiar with its capabilities. After all, I was the one who made it. Bloody hell! Someone went to a lot of trouble to sneak that bomb into the ceremony. Assassination attempt? Unlikely. As I said, these bombs were designed for training exercises. Even if you were grasping the hilt when it exploded, you wouldn't lose a finger. Some nasty burns at the worst. That would have been more than enough. If the sacred rite was to be dropped during the investitures, many in the crowd would interpret it as a sign from the Fury. Lord Commander's authority would come into question, and the responsibility for the incident will fall squarely on the Hounds. Ah, so someone wishes to discredit the Watch beyond salvation. That would explain the ridiculous rumors presently circulating among the lords and ladies. Rumors? What rumors? Why, that the Hundred's death and recovery was orchestrated entirely by the Watch itself. Some of the more impressionable members of the nobility are convinced you armed bandits with firearms, instructed them to steal the sword, then captured them yourselves to elevate your standing. Sorry. Oy! Sneeze. The moon's already sour and simmering. If the sword exploded on top of that, it'd be like throwing oil into the fire. Reasoning be damned if to put the Watch and threads heads on the chopping block. Who would have instigated the gossip behind these baseless accusations? I ordered the events surrounding the Hundred's theft to be kept the strictest of confidences. The woman who arranged the theft. Aye, well, she'd know all about it, wouldn't she? I suspect this villainess fears the threats to the Stratish Crow, and the high profile of the Hounds made you a target. The strike against you is a strike against the idea of any commoner bearing the power of a firearm. I am flattered to know we've become so important, but she picked the wrong pack of dogs to corner. Now it's our turn to go under the hunt. Going after the mastermind, eh? I'm all for a bit of retribution, but we'll need a better description of an overpainted winch. Alright, Haru, I'm going to probably end the stream after this quest too, so no worries. I hope you sleep well. Fortunately, my prospectometer and I are one step ahead of you this time. As soon as I discovered the bone, I set to work crafting a device that would help us pinpoint the location of its paired detonator. No problem. And thus lead us directly to the one who holds it. I propose we simply proceed with the ceremony as planned and to catch this fool red-handed. Not a bad plan as long as we prepare for any accomplishments she might have lurking around longer. The ceremony is onus upon us, so to steel ourselves for the task at hand. We'll sort our strategy, then head back to the room. Meet us when we're ready, Ishnai. I was planning on doing more teaching the trigger work, but tells it to catch these bastards Ishnai. Do you worry about the ceremony's security that we've been training for? We'll show them blue bloods how far we've come. Go on and take care of the bastards that try to flame us. Oh, and keep an eye on Hilda while you're at it, eh? Right, Ishnai, the ceremony is about to begin. Here's the plan. Most of the other hounds will be handling security as scheduled, so as not to arouse suspicion. We'll reckon the lady will have someone watching the proceedings, ready to tell her the best moment to detonate the little bomb. Likely right, as the bomb was rest on the initiate soldiers. That's how I'd do it anyhow. The Watcher won't be too far to spot, and Hans can nab him before he gets away. Meanwhile, I'll be waiting for St. Valerin's farm with Stefan's device ready to move as soon as we're sure of the detonator's location. Bring your best ammunition, Ishnai. If this woman can organize a clear route through the vault, she's likely to have worse than a few ragged bandits on her side. Not worried. Not at all. What's taking so long, boss? The ceremony's already begun. Some quiet, if you will, if I catch the exact moment the detonator is activated. Have it. The signal came from the far edge of the broom. Smoke bastards hiding right in our home territory. Right then, we'd best go give him a proper bloody welcome. Gun! I cast! Ye gun! This is Methylene, the crowd enjoying our spectacle. What? Nothing? Not even a puff of smoke? Surprise. We found your bomb. The hounds! I know you. You're that noble bitch what ignored me outside the vault. In the right place at the right time to plant that bandit rumor, eh? I suppose you're the one who pinned that contract to sale, too. What nonsense is this? I have no memory of fraternizing with commoners. Ha, got your attention this time, didn't I? Good thing, too, since I found a wagon load more questions for you. Here's one. Are your Inquisitor friends they're gonna come quietly? You and your hounds will be the only ones turning their arms this day. Damn, your ears are big. Not only have you interfered with official inquisitorial business, you've also insulted and accused an innocent member of the nobility. Mayhap a spell in the dungeons will remind you of your station. Now, see here. The hounds have solid evidence that these individuals are a party to a serious crime. Speak to Sir Musk. All will be... Now we meet the midst of the rats. If you're wondering how the noble wench got Earl training bomb or clear the route to for them bandits, then here's your answer. Reckon they'll show their whiskers sooner or later. You're sworn to protect Ishgard, and you choose to throw your lot in with this high-born dolt, Sir Aramex, fighting to keep the city from tearing itself apart. Why don't you just stab the blade in his back while you're at it? The time for empty bravado is past, child. We're not common savages. Give yourself up, and I promise you'll live to see tomorrow. Ah, you can stick that promise right up your ass. It's common enough for you. Damn, Hilda. Hilda! This is over. In our authority as Ishgard's watch, we're taking you in for the crimes of larceny, insurgency, and general bloody idiocy. So why can't I have also, besides a gun, you know, axe like old Ross does? I feel like I'm...
Is that all you've got? Right there!
Next. Neil. That went well. Wait, where's the noblewoman? Ah, the wench must have slipped away while we were thick of it. She can't have gone far. There she is. She flees towards the Ark. Ishnai, come on, you lot, after her. Hey, it's Sir Knight. I know of not their grievance, but these low-bowed ruffians seek to cause me harm. Let me dispense with the theatrics, Baroness Melilise. After capturing your competence at the ceremony, it's surprisingly easy to prize the details of your plan. You have sided with these common curs. I thought you a proud member of the nobility. As one of the chosen few, how can you countenance any act that places power in the filthy hands of the broom-born? A chosen few? An accident of birth allowed us the privilege to fight our nation. And I, for one, welcome our new comrades in arms. Your actions brand you an enemy of Ishgard, and you will pay for your crimes. This is blasphemy. I'm an inquisitor. You betray your bloodline, and thus falls to me to exercise the corruption seeping in our nation's veins.
That's far enough! I see you!
Oh, she dragoned up. She dragoned up, y'all!
One shot, one kill.
Do I? Okay, I hit this fireball. Okay, fine.
Let's finish it.
Bum, 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 bum. Now she dragging down. It is finished. The Baroness and her cronies believe that none but nobility are fit to lead Ishgard's people. They resent efforts to bring highborn and lowborn closer in standing. It would seem that the Hound's formation is too great a threat to be endured. All we want is a little respect and the strength to defend our homes. What are they bloody afraid of? They fear the erosion of their status, and I must confess, to feel a whisper of unreasoning terror. Had I succumbed to my jealousy and hate, I might have joined them upon their twisted path. But I have misjudged you. I believed you so reviled the circumstances of your birth that you sought only to bring ruin upon Ishgard. Until recently, you would have been far off the mark. It was Ishnai and Sir Helmick who convinced me that fighting for change is a damn sight more worthy than adding to the misery. Indeed. Pray, forget the barbs I have slung at you and your hounds, Captain. I've been blind to the courage and determination of the common folk, and I humbly request that the Watch continue to aid us in defense of the city. You didn't deserve all the spite I spat at you, neither. I see his face when I look at you, and I can't help myself. I'll try and work on that, though, eh? Your father? I can tell from the eyes they're related. I must go now and see if the process of the prisoners be well, sister. Sister? You're our siblings, then. I was unaware that you and Sir Musk were so closely connected. Left that part out, did I? He's my half-brother, born to another woman after my darling dad cast me mom back on the streets. Well, that ain't a thing where you just blurt out now, is it? Not something I bring up often, though. I don't reckon that Musk is too keen on declaring his relation to the mongrel, especially after he inherited the old man's estate. Well, might be you can put that bloody bad blood behind you now. Better than drowning in it anywhere. Might be you're right, Ross. Most admirable woman you become, my dear. Not to mention a champion to the people of the broom. It seems I was right to put that firearm in your hand. And I thank you for taking a gamble. You gave me more than just a weapon that day. You gave me control over my fate. If it weren't for you, I'd likely still be scrounging the streets and cursing at the sky. 'Tis gratifying indeed to see how far you've come. Now I must return to my workshop. This mountain of commissions only grows larger the longer I neglect, as Joy would so sharply remind me. Sharp. Get back to the broom ourselves. Maya and Istans will be wondering what became of us. Cat. Kitty. Cat. Kitty. Cat. Kitty. Yes. No. Stop. I don't know if y'all can hear his purring. Because he's rubbing pretty close to the mic. Or you might hear him bump against it. Oh, let me jump down that one. Now, well, yes. Our job's finished, wouldn't you say, Ishnai? We did it, eh? After all that, the ceremony went smoothly as a babe's backside. I wonder what our next assignment will be. After seeing how them Temple Knights handle guard duty, I realized a few things hounds could stand to do better. A bit more training and a bit more discipline, and we'll get there. The swordsmiths returned in the Baronesses and fetters, and the hounds have been shown themselves to be forced to be reckoned with. Happy endings all around, eh? Your lads and lasses have been rough to start with, but I rightly called them pups, and you can't rightly call them pups anymore. You'll do fine without us, I'd say. What, you're both leaving us then? I thought you'd have a few more tricks to share. Don't start whining now, lass. We've got you the tools and the foundation. You can build the rest of the bleeding house yourself. Aye, that we can, thank you. Alright, let's not get all bloody sentimental then. I'm off. Fair winds to you, Ishnai. Our thanks to you as well, Ishnai. Come and visit when you can. I'm sure the hounds will have some new stories to tell. More likely I'll have about 1,000 more too. Ooh, rah. I'm a machinist, not a man. How fair of you, late to the firmament? Hey, it's good to see the building's begun. Well, right by us lowborns. How fair the hounds? The hounds are trotting along just fine, thanks to you and that old pirate. I'm working with Musk to coordinate our efforts with the Temple Knights for as long as it'll be as if the watch was always a part of the city, like we were one of them stones in the wall. She handled the farms. Spare time learning how to tinker with this and that over the manufactory should come in handy, seeing how we handle firearms and the hounds. Now, this says the hounds will be doing some training alongside the Temple Knights. Probably best we know how the other does things so we don't end up stepping on each other's toes. Toes? Alright. See who we're gonna raid. Alright. Okay, y'all, this was Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night, whenever it is, where it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment.